Hi, everyone. Thank you for
Awesome.
joining us today.
Everyone.
It's good to see you all here. We're just probably going to give everyone just another minute or so to make sure they can join us, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with everything today. We hope you're doing well.
I'm so happy to see some of my students here. That's awesome.
Okay, we'll probably wait one more minute because we're kind of getting a few more people in the waiting room, and then we'll get started. Alrighty. Yeah, I see in the chat something that Autumn sent. Yeah, so just kind of what we're going to do today and what we usually do for all of our member meetings is we have slides ready and presented to you that will go throughout the meeting. And it just kind of overviews some of the things we've already done, some of the things that we have coming up in the semester. And for Psi Chi and PSA, so just as another overview, Psi Chi and PSA are technically two different clubs. We have Psi Chi, which is the International Honor Society in Psychology, and we have a chapter here at CSU. And then we have Psychology Student Alliance, or PSA, which is just a psychology club here at CSU, and we work together. All of our events are the same events, the same member meetings, everything's the same, except with Psi Chi, you have that international honors recognition, if that makes sense. And don't be sorry. I welcome all questions. No questions are bad questions, and feel free to keep asking questions if you have them. And I hope I answered all of your questions. But we will just, what I'll do is I'll share my screen, and we'll just go through all the slides. And if you have any questions, please unmute yourself, interrupt me, and ask your questions, or feel free to keep them in the chat. I'll have the chat up as well. But before we get started, does anyone have any other questions or any more questions? Awesome. Well, to just give you a little bit of an introduction, my name is Zane. I am the president of the CSU chapter of Psi Chi. We also have Sophia, Sophia Boyer, who is the CSU chapter Psi Chi vice president. We have Emily Potter, who is the PSA president, Alondra Faldoa, who is the PSA vice president, Marcella Strain, who is our service chair for Psi Chi and PSA, and Ian Riker, who is our Psi Chi and PSA secretary. We also have one of our advisors here, Dr. Carla Gingrich. And yeah, do any of you want to say anything, or we can just jump right in? Awesome. Well, again, thank you all for being here. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to share my screen and you can hopefully you see the slides and we'll just get started with everything. All right. And just as a reminder for those who just joined us, feel free to unmute yourself, interrupt me, ask questions, or put it in the chat. Okay. So welcome to the second Psi Chi PSA member meeting of the semester. We have a lot of things planned. First up, October is going to be a busy month for us. We are participating in Cans Around the Oval again. And if you don't know what Cans Around the Oval is, this is the 34th year that CSU is participating in it. And basically what we do is we try to relieve food insecurity for our fellow Rams as well as people in the community in Northern Colorado. What we do is we try to raise money for the Food Bank of Larimer County, as well as have canned foods donated to CSU. And CSU makes it really fun, so we're participating as Psi Chi and PSA. We're competing with other clubs and organizations at CSU as well as in the community. So last year we got an honorable mention for raising a certain amount of money and having a certain amount of pounds of food donated. So this year we're hoping, even though it's going to be a little bit more virtual than it was last semester, we're still hoping to be in at least the top 4 again this semester. The goal this semester, in recognition of the 34th year of CSU participating in Cans Around the Oval, is $34,000 total and 8,000 pounds of food. Now, as a reminder, $1 donated equals 2 meals provided to those in the community who need those meals. We do have, and we will be posting all of this on our social media as well. You can also find this on our website, the link to donate. When you click that link, what you're gonna find is this page right here. And what you're gonna wanna click is donate now. And there's options. You can input the amount of money you would like to. There's packages. You could do a $5 package, $10 package, all the way up to $500 of what you would like to donate. And making sure you credit your donation to our team so we get that recognition. Again, this is a friendly competition, so we would love to be placed in the top 4 again this semester. So again, you're going to be presented, you're going to fill out your information and then be presented with these 2 options. Credit my donation to this team A through F. What you want is teams G through Z, and you're going to select Psi Chi and the Psychology Student Alliance to credit your donation to our team. As a reminder, all online donations must be submitted by Friday, October 16th at 5:00 p.m. That's if you would like to donate online. However, let me get to this slide really quick. If you would like to scan this QR code, feel free. This will take you to the link to donate. Again, the link is also on our website. We will have it in our Instagram and Twitter bio, and that link will take you right to where you need to go to donate. Also, in addition to the online donations, we are going to be doing canned good drop-offs. So what you're going to find outside of our Psi Chi office, which is Clark C 007A, which is in the basement of Clark C, northeast corner of the building, you're going to find a can. I can't remember the name of the can, but it's a big yellow can outside of our office. If you have any canned foods that you would like to bring by and donate, go ahead and drop them in there. We will be by our office more frequently next week in order to make sure we collect all of those cans. But again, just drop your cans in that can outside of our office, and make sure that you do that by Thursday, October 15th by 5:00 p.m. That way we have time to get all of those cans in boxes and taken to where they need to go at the LSC on Friday. Do any of you have any questions about Cans Around the Oval and what that looks like? Also, I do want to put out there, if you go to cans.colostate.edu, that will have a lot more information on how you personally could be more involved besides donating. Um, if you would like to make others more aware of this, or if you would like to volunteer to collect cans or count money and that kind of stuff, you're more than welcome to join that way. However, if you would just like to be a part of our team with Psi Chi and PSA of collecting donations, whether they're online or cans, that's also amazing. So, any last minute questions before I move on to the next thing? Awesome. So as I said, October is going to be a busy month, not just for Psi Chi and PSA, but for everyone in general. We have midterms coming up, but we also have the Psychology Welcome event. So if you are a sophomore, junior, or senior who has been at CSU throughout your time in college, then you'll remember the Psychology Welcome event last semester that took place outside of the Laurie Student Center. We had posters of research. We had mugs there talking about graduate school. We had faculty that you could do kind of like a speed dating thing with the faculty. You would just talk to them for 30 seconds, get to know them, talk about their research or classes and that kind of stuff, and then move to the next person. Psi Chi and PSA also had an event or a booth there to talk about Psi Chi, PSA, as well as collect applications. So this semester, it will be virtual. There are still some details up in the air, but I just kind of wanted to make you all aware of this event. It is going to be 4 days. It's going to start on October 26th and move into Thursday, October 29th. However, Psi Chi and PSA will have an information booth session as well as a Q&A panel on Tuesday, October 27th at 11 a.m. and that'll go for about an hour. Again, stay posted for more information from us as well as the department for that. There will be asynchronous components, so videos that you will be able to watch to get more information on the week, as well as synchronous components such as our information session. And what that's going to look like is just kind of talking about what is Psi Chi and PSA, what are the benefits you can get from joining Psi Chi and PSA, and then, like I said, a Q&A panel to ask any questions you may have. Are there any questions on that? Okay. You may notice something up here in addition to the Q&A session. We are also planning a psychological thriller night. So if you were with us last semester, you'll remember we had a psychological thriller night, which we had a showing of Silence of the Lambs. And that was a big hit. We had popcorn and pizza and hot chocolate. Unfortunately, we won't be able to provide you with those snacks this semester, but we still want to have that social engagement component this semester. We still want to have our psychological thriller night. We will, and you know, it's spooky season. We want to honor that and show a psychological thriller in the spirit of that season. So these are the movies that we are going to have you all vote on. As you'll see up here, we have The Shining, Misery, Black Swan, Shutter Island, Split, and Get Out. Our psychological thriller night will be on Thursday, October 28th at 7:00 p.m. and that'll be over Zoom. Again, those links will be posted on our social media as well as on our website once we have a movie picked. Now, you can go ahead and scan this QR code. I'm also going to take the link and share it in the chat if that works best for you. Whoops. This is our website. If you would prefer to have the link, I'm going to go ahead and just share that in the chat. But again, I will put that QR code back up so you can go ahead and vote for the movie that you would want to see. We are going to have voting end on Thursday, October 15th. That way we allow some time to prepare for our newsletter as well as get some posters ready to spread out over social media. But you will know for sure what movie is going to be played on Friday, October 16th for the following week. Are there any questions that you have on our psychological thriller night? Okay, we're really excited. Like I said, it's going to be over Zoom. And so we're just going to really try to have that social engagement with each other. Hopefully, we're going to get some faculty to show up as well and possibly have a little discussion, probably a short 10 to 20-minute discussion afterwards, just talking about, are there any myths that we find in this movie or stereotypes, or was it an accurate presentation, or just kind of discuss what our thoughts are on the movie, that kind of thing. Again, that is Thursday, October 28th at 7:00 p.m. on Zoom. Is there anyone that needs the QR code left up a little bit longer to scan that, or? Okay. And again, I do have the link sent in the chat as well. Feel free to vote. Like I said, voting will end on Thursday, October 15th. Okay. Moving on, we have some awesome guest speakers this semester. The first one, in the spirit of spooky season again, we have Julie Prosser, who is a graduate student here at CSU, and she is going to be talking on November 5th at 11 a.m. on serial killers. So that'll be a very interesting talk that she's going to provide us. We will be recording that as well and putting that on the website. So if you're unable to attend, that will be on our website if you're interested in that. And then further into the semester, we have Michelle Ferris. And let me back up a little bit. Both of these talks will be on Zoom and will both be recorded. We also have Dr. Michelle Ferris, who is a clinician at the Counseling Center here at CSU. She's going to be talking on December 3rd at 11 a.m. And her talk is on resilience and courage. She has an amazing talk on Dr. Brene Brown's work on both of these topics. And so we are super, super excited to have her come and talk for us this semester. Are there any questions that you have about any of these guest speakers that we're having come talk for Psi Chi? Awesome. All right. So just as a reminder, here are some upcoming deadlines and dates to keep in mind. So October 26th is the Psi Chi application deadline. So if you are a prospective Psi Chi member and you'd like to join, you have until October 26th at 11:59 p.m. to submit your application to us. Again, we have the Psychology Welcome event on from October 26th to the 29th. Or actually, the Psychological Thriller Night is the 29th, not the 28th. It's Thursday the 29th at 7 p.m. And yes, that will be the Thriller Night. Psi Chi and PSA will have a booth for the Psychology Welcome event. We have our first guest speaker of the semester on November 5th, and then our second, Dr. Michelle Ferris, on December 3rd. And like I said, we will have all of that on our website with all the links, QR codes, and we will also be posting that on our social medias as well. If you're not following us on social media and you have a social media, please give us a follow to keep up to date on everything. If you're unable to make a meeting or that kind of thing, like I said, we will be recording everything. So all of our meetings, all of our guest speakers, all of our events will be recorded for you to watch if you're unable to make those meetings. Does anyone need me to leave this slide up any longer to record any of these dates? Okay. If you do, please say so now. Have you guys figured out how to send $10 for PSA? Yes. So unfortunately, we do not have like a Venmo or PayPal, and those kinds of things. Slice. So, as a registered student organization, we have to follow the student leadership engagement, uh, also known as SLICE. We have to follow those uh, guidelines that they present to us, and they really discourage using PayPal and Venmo. They really have not given us another option to collect payments virtually or digitally. So unfortunately, we have to collect both Psi Chi and PSA dues in person at our office on campus. Um, if you are comfortable sending your payment through the mail, we would be happy to accept that payment and deposit that. However, all of these officers are very trustworthy. So if you were to feel comfortable to send your money via mail, we would be happy to be responsible for taking care of that payment. Does that answer your question, or do you have any further questions on PSA Psi Chi dues?
Zane, can we just clarify something? If they send it, are you asking them to send cash or can they send a check made to PSA?
Yes, they can send both cash and check.
Okay, either one.
Yep. So we accept both cash and check.
Okay.
If you would like to send a $10 bill in the mail, if you do send cash, we ask that you have exact change. That way we don't have to mail back your change. But we do accept checks as well. If it is for Psi Chi, you can just write to Psi Chi. And if it's for PSA, you can just write the Psychology Student Alliance. Yes. And in terms of sending the, like where to send your money, if you want to go ahead and email the Psi Chi email, one of the officers will go ahead and take care of that. And you could mail it directly to one of the officers so that way we can take care of putting your money in our money box and getting that deposited in our account through Slice. There's another question here that Autumn is asking, when do we find out if we get into Psi Chi? So Autumn, I'm not sure if I've seen your application. So maybe let's talk about that after the meeting, if that's okay. But we have a two-part application process for Psi Chi. The first part is sending your transcript to us. So that way that's the first part of the approval. We can approve you and then we'll send you the link to complete the second part of the application process. And that process looks like actually applying on the Psi Chi website, bringing that $10 in dues to us in person. And then once our deadline has passed, one of our advisors, either Carla, Sam, or Kate, will approve of all applicants that we have. And it should be easy since we're kind of having this two-part screening process. It should be very easy and quick to get all of these applicants approved by the advisor. So that will happen at the very end of October. And once you've done that, you will get an email saying you're approved, and that's when you will get, we kind of have just figured this out, but that's when you'll get an email saying that you can pay the 55 dues via credit card on the website. Now, I know some people have already paid the 65, and that's perfectly fine. We will send that money, those 55, since you've already paid us 65, we will send that 65, or since you've already paid us 65, we will send that 55 to the national office from our account. So you don't have to worry, you are all set to go if you've already paid that $65. However, if you've only paid $10, you will get an email after you've been approved to pay the 55 on the National Psi Chi website. So again, Autumn, just stick around and we can make sure you get your application submitted properly. And then another question, campus hours, when do you have campus hours to do so while an individual is on campus? So Raven, we are not holding office hours. Those are by appointment only. So if you are interested in dropping off your dues or meeting with us in person, just set up an appointment via email, psichi.csu@gmail.com. And we would be happy to meet with you at our office. But again, just because we have a lot of virtual components this semester, we thought we might as well just do office hours by appointment only. That way we're not just sitting on campus with no one there. So let's see. I think I addressed all the questions. If there's any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat or unmute yourself and ask your questions now. Yeah, otherwise we can go ahead and conclude the meeting if there are no further questions. But I do want to thank you all for coming to the meeting today. I hope you're as excited as we are about these events. We are working super hard to provide all of these events for you all, just to foster that community, have that social engagement, even though it's going to be virtual this semester. Obviously, we would love to have in-person components, but we want to keep everyone safe this semester and in general. So that is why we have a lot of these virtual events. Again, keep up to date on our website, on our social media, and we will be sure to send all of the emails with the newsletters to you all as an extra component to keep you up to date. If there are no further questions, we're going to go ahead and conclude the meeting. But again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and rest of your semester. We will be sending out an email with our next member meeting very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you, everyone.